One of the options is what this is a whole bone-in pork loin, which is what we use for making crowns for this class. The reason we use whole bone-in loins is because there is usually 14 ribs on it. Because pigs have 14 ribs. Beef have 12, and lamb have 12, but pigs have 14. So with that, you can get a 12-rib crown out of it every single time. So for the class's purpose, we always do this. At the store, we don't use whole loins because it's not economical. And then I'll explain that as we go through this. Okay, but this is how it would come in like to a grocery store, just like this. All right, and they would slap it on the table just like this. They would take one of these cute little knives and they would run the back of the knife down it so you're not puncturing any of the meat, but you're using the point of the knife in order to break into the package. Hi. Thanks for finding us. So that way, when you open the package up, you haven't really damaged anything that's inside. So this has 2 loins in it, but I only need 1. The other magical loin I get to bring back to Luke. I know, right? So this is pork loin. Hang tight. So normally, if you would never see this in a store, obviously, most stores buy what they consider a center. And when they're buying a center, the extreme last 4 ribs have been cut off. And the sirloin end, which is roughly 6 inches in, has also been cut off. So most grocery stores, when they buy it, they're buying what they consider a center loin. And then when they run sales in the store and we'll do the other parts, like your suppliers will offer a deal on just rib ends. So if the store has country ribs and like a semi-boneless rib end roast on sale like we do, it's because you're buying cases of just the rib end. In order to run that sale, in order to sell hundreds of pounds of just this, it wouldn't work because you're not going to sell hundreds of pounds of this when this is what's on sale. This other side works the same way. This muscle that's up here is the sirloin muscle. It's gluteus medius, or the same thing as like a top sirloin or on beef, same muscle, right? And pork sirloins are sold in grocery stores all the time. They sell them as pork sirloin roast, pork sirloin chops, pork sirloin cutlets. Your pork tenderloin sits right here. Starts here and ends right here. All right, your longissimus dorsi muscle runs the whole length of the back. Starts like right here past that gluteus medius or top butt and runs all the way down. That's why it's got the cute word long in it, because it is long, runs down the whole back. Works the same way in beef. So if this is the same muscle makeup, I'm not making up anything different than you would see if this was a giant beef animal that was on the bench. The only difference would be cut here instead. And the back half would be on one side and the front half would be on another. I know you can't see it now, but I can. So these cute little ribs are the baby back ribs.
Yeah.
Right? So when stores are selling baby back ribs, it's because this center section has been stripped of the pork loin on the back. So grocery stores will buy boneless pork loins in order to put boneless center cut chops, boneless center cut roasts, boneless rib end roasts are all from the center. This is all done like in facilities that are breaking the animal down in order to buy the sections. Just like baby back ribs, they come in like a case of 12. Bone-in center cut loins come in a case of 4. Boneless pork loins come in a case of 6. Rib ends are 12. Pork sirloins are like 30. Pork tenderloins are 6. Yep, I know all these weird numbers inside my head. I didn't have to really think too much about it, right?
How old is that pig approximately? For that size?
From the time it was harvested until now, I could double check, but my guess is usually roughly 2.5 to 3 weeks.
No, I mean, how old was
Total time wise.
Yeah.
So they do them more by weight than just by age.
the pig.
Well, somewhat to a certain extent, yes. So pigs are just like every other animal, right? Beef, they do usually 1.5 to 2 years on beef. And in most cases, they'll at least grain finish beef off, even if it's mostly pasture or grass-fed in order to get the marble. So pigs, they do the same idea. Like pigs, they will make sure they're getting grains in order to create marble in the meat, in order to create flavor, create tenderness in the meat. If not, pigs will eat anything, realistically, right? But what you eat helps make up what your flavor is, too. So it's not like an automatic deal. This is, I think, Volari pork. Was actually a newer pork company that our warehouse is carrying. And I said, okay, I'll give it a shot and I'll take a look at it. Because normally we get like one of the larger packers, either IBP or Smithfield. It's usually their pork or pork cones we normally deal with, like at our store. But just like when I'm gonna cut this cute guy, we're gonna take this loin end off on the bandsaw, and then I'm gonna crack the bone across in order to create this so I can turn it into what they call a semi-boneless loin end roast. Most grocery stores don't even do this anymore, which is probably something I haven't seen regularly in a grocery store in years. Even we don't do this anymore in our store, right? Because we don't bother bringing them on. Because most people don't understand that this would probably be a really awesome roast if it was cooked right. You know, because you're getting pork tenderloin on that whole roast, besides the pork loin itself. So then it's what you saw about that cooking. And our idea is we're going to take the feather bone out of the center, and we're going to take out some floating rib bones in there, which makes it simple to carve when it comes out your belly. I know, a lot of stuff today. A lot of stuff. Thank you for joining us today.
Sorry.
You're good. I'm glad you're
My
here.
first time even in
I'm just glad you're here. In case you missed it, and you might have, my name's Jason. I've been doing this like almost 35 years. I'm going to show